Right, BMW R9T Urban. Bit of a blast from the past. Sort of mixed feelings about it. So, right, I'm on the way. If you don't normally watch my channel, you probably don't know why I'm on this. But I had a fault with my GS, suspension failure with my GS, and the dealership gave me, actually they gave me an R9T Racer to get away on, so which I did a review of actually. So if you're interested in R9T racers, go and check out that review. And then there was a bit of a miscommunication about my bike being ready. So I went down to Bristol, bike wasn't ready, and which was nobody's fault, wasn't theirs, it wasn't mine. And they gave me this Urban to get away on. Sounds like my mic's, feels like my mic's in the wrong place. It was. Let's just faff about with it. Okay, hopefully that's going to be all right. Can't beat a bit of camera faffery in the morning. So, like I said, I'm on the way down to Bristol now to go and pick up my bike. And I thought, well, I'm on the way back down there because I haven't really had a chance to do a proper review of this. So it's going to be a bit of a commute review more than a review. So bear with me while we do that. I'm surprised how hot these things get. I was riding it around the other day, and the temperature gauge, I'm on it now, and it's reading 104 degrees, and you can see how overcast it is. It isn't a hot day. I've not been thrashing it, you know, I'm just commuting around town. 104, 105 now. And yeah, like I said, I was on it the other day, and it's reading 120 degrees. I thought, blimey, these things do run warm. So hopefully that's all right. You know, I don't know. I've never owned an air-cooled Boxer before, so I don't know what the normal sort of running temperature is for these things. But that does seem hot, doesn't it? Especially when you're used to water-cooled motors not really running over 100 degrees. So we'll see. So what do I think of it? I've got mixed feelings for it, really. It's the same as the R9T Racer. I've got mixed feelings over that. You know, I actually quite enjoy the R9T Racer. I don't enjoy it around town. It is so uncomfortable in traffic. So uncomfortable in traffic. But as soon as you get out on the open road, the bike comes into itself. This bike, great around town. Great around town. But on the open road, that's where I personally find its weakness. It's just too soft and spongy and wallowy, and I found the limits of this bike quite quick. You know, I get these modern retros. I get them. I like them. You know, it's a modern approach. You know, technically more reliable and all that modern stuff that comes, you know, better brakes and everything. But I also expect modern handling, and this is definitely, this bike, even though I thought the R9T bikes were all the same, you know, they just put different bars on them, or you know, or in the case of the Racer, you know, put a small fairing on it. But it doesn't seem to be the case. This is quite soft in its suspension, you know. When you're I won't say hooning, but when you're going along on this bike, it just feels a bit soft and spongy and a bit wallowy, you know, and I don't like that. I still like a bike to handle. You know, I like going through corners. You know, corners for me is what motorcycling is all about. Going in a straight line there's no point. That's why I'll never own a Harley. But yeah, you know, even going along this road, it's sort of boing, 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 boing. And I don't know whether it's because it's got a 19-inch front wheel that it just seems to steer a little bit odd. You know, don't get me wrong, it's still a fun bike. You know, Urban says it all, really. You know, it's designed to sort of blast around your urban cities. You know, 1200cc is probably a bit overkill to blast around town, but you know, it's geared for that. You know, and if you're mounting curbs or doing anything, you know, it's and the road conditions, you know, the suspension soaks it up quite nicely. It's just when you're out on the open road, for me, it's just lacking. So now I've got to go down the motorway. So I don't really know what else. Okay, yeah, there are things I can talk about. Another thing that I was shocked about over the R9T Racer, I was expecting a gear indicator in that little square box there. This bike doesn't come with a gear indicator, which surprised me. Obviously ABS, because ABS comes standard on all bikes now, which is something only discovered from a friend of mine recently. It's got right way up, non-adjustable forks. The rear shock has got a preload adjustment, you know, a screw down type preload adjustment. The brakes are okay. You know, one finger will pull it to a stop gently. Really you need a bit of a handful to really stop the bike. So the brakes are okay, but they're not massively powerful. But the styling's nice, isn't it? You know, BMW Motorsport colours. You know, if you like that R80G/S styling, you know, it's got it. It looks good. I think it needs those little suitcase type panniers that they used to do, those little black slim ones, as an option for this bike. That would be lovely, just to finish it off. It's got a steering damper. I don't know if you can see it down there, but it's all right, you know. So here I am going down the motorway. As I said, it's cold. I'm doing legal motorway speeds, and the temperature is reading 109 degrees C. Which, is that right? I don't know. I need to do my research really, don't I? Heated grips, I think that's standard. I don't know if that's, again, it's an option. This one's got the GS wheels on, the spoked rims with the spokes on the outside of the rim, as opposed to the R9T Racer, which had the spokes on the inside of the rim. So I think the Racer's got tubed wheels, but this one's got tubeless tyres. And this one's running Metzeler Tour Races, which I quite like actually. I might put them on my GS as my next set of tyres. I hear good things about those Tour Races. I'm currently running the Metzeler Roadtech 01s, and I've been really happy with them. You know, I did that tour down to Italy with those on, and if you haven't seen my other videos, I rode all the way back from Tavullia, which is Valentino Rossi's hometown, all the way back home in one day, in 18 hours non-stop. And I went from, I don't know, plus 30 degrees temperature in Italy to torrential rain in England in the same day, and not once did those tyres give me a moment. So you know, I can't complain about them at all. The only reason I might go to tour races is because I've only got 4,000 miles out of the rear. So it's a choice, isn't it, whether you want to go for grip or whether you want to go for longevity, I suppose. But I've been impressed with these. These feel confident. So we'll see. Like I said, other people have been raving about them. So, right, so miles of motorway, boring motorway. Will I get down to Bristol and take the bike back? I don't know if you can see that there. Dick Lovett demonstrator. Obviously, it's the same with any review that any moto vlogger gives you. You know, it's always best to go and try them out for yourself. You know, because what I want and what I'm looking for might be completely different to what you want and what you're looking for. Everybody's different, aren't they? You know, everybody's different. So it's always best to go and try them out for yourselves. Oh, and I've got to say sorry. There's a guy who I subscribe to, and he subscribes to my channel. His name's Bulldog Gaz. Now he came over to, he's an English guy. From the New Forest, but he's lived in Germany. Forgive me, guys, I can't remember how long. I think he said 20 years, but he's lived in Germany for quite a while. Lives and works over there, and he's got his own motovlog channel. And he went to a couple of places in the UK, and I wanted to go and meet him, but because I didn't have my bike and I'm on the demonstrators, I was asked not to put a lot of miles on these things. You know, so sorry Gaz, I just couldn't make it. You know, if I was on my bike, I would love to have come and shook your hand and said hi. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get to the dealership, and I'm going to sort my bike out. So hopefully this is enough of a review for you. Hopefully you're happy enough with it. Sorry it wasn't massively conclusive. To sum up, you know, I liked it, but it's just not what I want out of a retro bike. If I was going to buy an R9T, it'll probably be the original one, the gold forked model. That'll probably be the one that I'd go for. I think they look great. You know, BMW switched onto this whole retro thing, didn't it? They obviously had a batch of air-cooled engines that they needed to get rid of, and they came up with the R9T, and then that was such a hit, they jumped on the bandwagon with it all, didn't they? So what have you got? I think you've got 5 incarnations, what do you call it? 5 different models. You've got the R9T Gold Fork, you've got the Pure, you've got the Racer, you've got the Urban, and you've got the Scrambler. So there's something for everybody there, isn't there? Oh, we got the new F850s here, and 750. Okay, right, there we are guys. Check out my next videos. Right, see you later.